week's edition of Bringing Back the Smile. I hope you're well. Hope you've had a good week. Most importantly, I hope you've had a positive week and one where you felt happy, you smiled a lot, you laughed a lot, and also that you made other people laugh and smile. If you think back on the week just gone since our last show, how many people did you positively impact? How many people did you make smile? How many people did you make laugh? Again, this is something that we all have the power to. We all have the power to have a positive impact on others. And it's something we should be consciously doing as we go through our lives, living in a way that will have a positive impact on others. And you don't have to be doing anything monumental, literally just be human. And this is a big, motivation for me in creating Bringing Back the Smile. I want you and everyone to just basically become more human again, to go back to being human, to go back to the way people used to be before societal conditioning really kicked in, before materialism and consumerism really kicked in, before Mayfain. If you don't understand Irish, it's like thinking of myself. That's what Mayfain. That kind of mentality came in, and I'm all right, Jack. And people have just been so self-absorbed and just being selfish and greedy. Like I'm 43, and in my lifetime, I've seen an increase, a massive increase, an ongoing increase, which is what's worrying, of greed and selfishness. And it's brought us to where we are in the world right now. And there's a lot going on in the world right now. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world right now. There's a lot of evil going on in the world right now. There's a lot to be distressed about and upset and fearful of in the world right now. But there's also a lot to be optimistic of, as more and more people are starting to take control of their lives. Not enough, but more. And take control of their lives and start to live their lives as they should and start to bring back community values. Like if you go back to 1960s, 70s, or before that even, people, there was so much more community values. If you go before the TV and the radio and smart devices and social media, again, people definitely had more fun. People definitely enjoyed life more. People lived more. People, had a much better community feel. People helped other people more. It was a much better time in humanity on so many levels. Now, of course, the advancements since then, there's many benefits to them. There's been many great advancements, but also a lot of stuff that could have been used so positively is being used and has been used very negatively for very selfish motives. And we see this all the time. We're seeing it increasingly so right now. And this is why I urge you to keep looking at how you can be a better person, keep looking at how you can be a better human, and keep looking at how you can positively impact other people. Bringing back the smile is about bringing back the smile to you, but also to other people. And we all have a role to play in this. This isn't just about you feeling better in yourself. If you feel better within yourself, then you will make others feel better within yourself, because when you feel good in here, you give off good energy. And I've spoken about this a lot in previous shows, and this is why this is a message I'm going to keep drilling into you all the time. When you feel better in here, you put off the right energy, and that then has a positive impact on other people then as well. And this is the power that we have. Every single one of us has power to impact other people in a positive way, to create the life that we want. So what's the life that you want? I create the life that I want. That's what I focus on. And to create happiness within ourselves. And to create the world, we have the power to create the world that it really should be, and it can be. But each of us has a role to play in it. And it's a choice whether we play that role or not. So, I'm asking you, are you going to play a role in creating a wonderful world? Proper values and virtues and behaviors and actions that serve the collective as opposed to the individual? Or are you going to be part of the greed and selfishness and self-serving that the world has become? And if you're part of that, you definitely are watching the wrong show, because again, that's not what this is about. And that ain't going to bring happiness to many people. It's going to bring misery to most. So, Bring Back the Smile is about that. And that's why I always ask you every single week, what impact have you made on other people? We all can. You don't have to be changing the world and do monumental things to have a positive impact. Even if you have a positive impact within your home, where let's say right now there might be a bit of stress and worry and fear and concern and uncertainty and all these type of negative emotions, you can be the one who brings positivity into that whole household, just like into your workplace, just like into your community group, your church groups, your sporting groups. You as a person can radiate positivity and radiate good energy everywhere you go. I remember being told a long time ago that you should be going into every group of people you meet, whether it be at a function, a social occasion, an event, educational event, whatever it might be. And your goal should be to be remembered. Go in there and make a positive impact. Be remembered by the people there. Don't just be one of the crowd. Don't just be another person. Go in there and be remembered. Be remembered for doing something good. Be remembered for what you said, what you did. And this is a way to live your life too. Like I personally, every single day, do my best to live consciously and with the intention of making a positive impact on even just one person by the work I do every single day. And if I do that, that's job done. If it can be 2 people, 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, fantastic. But even just one person. And if I do that to one person every single day of my life, that's a lot of people. And that would be something I will have done. And that would be a positive impact. And you can do the same. Every single one of us can do this. It's just whether you choose to or not. And it is a choice. It is a choice. Like I'm determined to leave a legacy. I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave my print on this world and be remembered for being someone who made a positive impact. And that would bring me more joy than anything. And you can do the same. Society has created this impression of success, happiness, fulfillment is all about material things and money and power and, perceived success in terms of status and so on. That's not true happiness. True happiness comes from, again, within. You feel good within for what you're doing and the person you are, okay? And the impact you have on others. Without a doubt, when it comes to end of your days, that's what you're going to focus on. What impact did you have? Like I've heard people say before who, lead lives where they want to leave a legacy and have an impact. Who would show up to your funeral? How many would show up to your funeral? And that would say a lot about your life. Like you've seen often over the years people who have, or you may have even known, people who have been very self-serving and selfish and greedy and haven't really been nice people. And after funerals, not many people show up. And that is very sad for that person because they had the opportunity to make a big impact and they didn't. Instead, they focused on greed, selfishness, money, material stuff. You have the choice. You always have the choice of what you do in your life. Okay. Now, in this particular episode of Bring Back the Smile, I want to speak to you about a very, very simple but really important strategy and routine and habit that will bring you happiness. We all want to feel more happiness. We all want to experience more happiness. And that's what Bring Back the Smile is going to be about. I want to speak to you about gratitude. When was the last time that you stopped for a moment and thought, what have I got to be grateful for? What have I got to be grateful for? Instead of thinking of what you don't have. So how often have you thought about what you do have instead of what you don't have? Again, it's all part of societal conditioning to make us feel lack, to make us feel like there's a void, to always make us feel like there's more, always make us need more. Because let me be clear here, there is nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing wrong with striving for more money, more material things, more success, more status. All that kind of stuff is fine, and I even encourage it. But you need to do it with gratitude for what you do have and what you've had in the past and people who've impacted in your past. So it's a very subtle difference, okay? But it's a very important difference. So it's really important for you to focus on what you're grateful for, okay? Because if you're consumed by modern society and societal conditioning and consumerism and materialism and what power and success are supposed to be, it's probably quite rare that you ever think of what you're grateful for. It's probably quite rare that gratitude forms any part of your life. I focus daily, throughout the day, on what I'm grateful for. And it's one of the most important things I do every day. At the end of each day, I know 3 things that I'm grateful for from that particular day. Again, powerful strategy, very powerful to help me to feel at peace at the end of the day, feel positive at the end of the day, and to sleep peacefully as a result. And like I've said in previous shows, if you sleep properly, it positively impacts your mood and your energy, your brain function, and then you can have a much better, more productive day as a result. So, gratitude is just so powerful. Now, we lose sight in this modern world, this modern existence that we have, which is so fast-paced, which is so stress-inducing, which is so reactive. We become very reactive, whether it be a notification on our phone, a message on our phone, a phone call, a text, an email. We feel that we have to react immediately. We become very reactive. We're not living in the present at all. Very rarely. We're constantly reactive, and that's not good. Like, we're not consciously living at all. We're reacting constantly. We're constantly going on to the next thing. It's like a big to-do list. What's the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And we miss out on so much in life. We miss out on so much we could get such joy and happiness from. We miss out in situations where we should be present, and time keeps ticking. I see it so much, especially with parents and their kids, that the kids are growing up and they are missing out. The parents are missing out on all the joy and happiness that those kids could bring them, because they're stuck in the rat race and they're stuck in societal conditioning and they're stuck chasing what supposedly happiness and success is when it isn't. Because again, if we go back to gratitude, what have you got to be grateful for? I'm going to ask you some questions and think about this and answer them for yourself. And I want you to think of the opposite of the question I've asked you. So the opposite of your answer. So I ask you something, you're probably going to have it, okay? I'm going to be encouraging to be grateful for it. Think about if you didn't have it, how would you feel, okay? And you need to start realizing just how little you actually need and just how much you've got to be grateful for, because you have so much to be grateful for. Let's start with very simple things. You have a roof over your head, yeah? Are you grateful for that? You have your own bed, unless you share with a partner. You're grateful for that. You're not sleeping on the floor. You're sleeping in an actual bed with a mattress. Are you grateful for that? Even if you happen to be sleeping on a mattress on the floor, is it a good mattress? Are you grateful for that? You've got running water. Are you grateful for that? You've kind of hot water. Are you grateful for that? You can have a shower, a warm shower, even if it's a cold shower, but it's a shower. Are you grateful for that? You may have a bath. Are you grateful for that? Now again, as I said, think of the contrary. Think of you not having them and realize that there are millions and millions and millions and millions, if not billions, of individuals all over the world, including so many children, that do not have any of these things. There's people living in cardboard boxes, and through no fault of their own for many of them, you know, because it's just the way their society is run, okay? So that's the water. You've got electricity, you can turn on the light. Are you grateful for the fact that that was made possible? The name escapes me of who again? I can't remember, it's not coming to me. But are you grateful for the person who invented electricity? Are you grateful for that you can just press on the light? These are simple things, but we need to be grateful for them. Are you grateful you can turn on the heat when it's cold for winter? Are you grateful that you can make a fire? Are you grateful that you've got the material to make the fire? Are you grateful that you've got a fridge? Are you grateful for the stuff in the fridge? How about the freezer? How about the fact you have electricity or gas that will allow you to make food, warm food? Are you grateful for that? Are you grateful for the abundance of food that you actually have in your house? Are you grateful for the supermarkets or shops where you get your food, the fact that they're there? Are you grateful for having drinkable water running from your tap? You know, it isn't going to poison you immediately anyway. You know, many places they have no running water. Now, as I'm going through all of this, okay, because some of it might make you feel uncomfortable, some of it may make you wake up, some of it might really take 18 hours. I'm saying, look, what am I listening to this for? The point is, I want you, as I'm saying these things, to just realize, actually, yes, I have to be grateful for these things. I should be grateful for these things, because you should be. You should be grateful for these things. It's not that long ago, these things were not a reality for so many people. And some of the things especially, but even all of the things, okay? So you've got all these different things, even the fact that you might have a back garden, you might have a front garden, you can sit outside in privacy in your back. Are you grateful for the fact it's a sunny day? If it's a sunny day right now. Even if it's a rainy day, are you grateful for the benefit of the rain and the necessity of the rain to grow the grass and the crops and the food that we eat? All these beautiful, wonderful plants that give us food. How about even the bees and the job that they do, all the different animals, the jobs that they do? Everything's got a role on this planet. The oceans, the fish, everything's got a role. This is why it's important that we protect it and protect the balance that's there in nature. It's all there, running like a perfectly drilled system, but man is slowly destroying that system. And you know, this is where we have to start living more consciously and be more aware of the impact of our actions. Now, also importantly, the people, you know, in your life, you will remember your relationships and the people in your life at the end of your days. That would be the thing that matters the most to you. That would be the thing that you either have huge regrets about or you will get huge joy from as you reflect on your life. Because what brings you joy in life is your relationships. It will not be the houses you lived in. It will not be the cars. It will not be the money hidden under a mattress. It will not be the holiday. Well, the holidays to some degree the experience, but it will not be, yachts and all that kind of stuff. It will not be the power. It will not be the status. It'll be the relationships you had. It'll be the memories you have of time you had with people who matter to you, people who made an impact on you. So, are you grateful for the people throughout your life who have had a positive impact? Your parents may or may not have had. Same as your siblings. Same as friends, family, work colleagues, stranger in the street may have just said something that gave you a spark. Maybe they gave you an idea. Maybe they gave you a compliment for something that you did or said that lit up your day and led you to do something else. Are you grateful for that? Are you grateful for various mentors and coaches you've had over your life up to this point? Every one of these people is playing a role. Even if you think of in terms of relationships and stuff, there's some who will have had it will be good experiences and some that will have been bad experiences. Are you grateful for the good people who mainly brought good experiences? But are you also grateful for those who brought you bad experiences? Because the thing about every experience is it's a learning opportunity. Every single learning experience is a learning opportunity. It's just whether you learn the lesson or not. But that's a choice. That's up to you. Okay? So you should be grateful for those who brought you some pain, because you should have grown from that example and become a better person and become better armored for the future to not allow that to happen again. If that hadn't happened, you wouldn't have experienced it. You may have let it happen in the future. So that person you have to be grateful for. People come and go in their life and people have a role to play. It's just where you learn from that experience with them. So are you grateful for that? You're grateful for these people. Are you grateful for the experiences? It's like me coming to the studio to record this show. I'm grateful for my headset and my phone that I can connect wirelessly and listen to things like podcasts or stuff that's positive mind feed, or listen to voice messages that I get from my clients, giving me follow-ups and updates and asking me questions and let me know how they're getting on. The ability to be able to reply to them. Are you grateful for, again, these elements of technology which are beneficial? Because like I said to start, we have so much that can be of huge benefit, but it depends how we use it. And unfortunately, mankind will often use the most wonderful inventions and tools for bad instead of good. But you have a choice which you do. You can use them for good or bad. That's your choice. But again, you're grateful for it. Now, as you're thinking of these, and I hope that as I've gone through this list, that you have started feeling a greater sense of gratitude for many of the things that I've said. Now, as you have felt that gratitude, are you feeling a little bit more happiness? A bit more joy, even just in the moment? You should be, because gratitude creates happiness. And when you live a life where you're very conscious of what you've got to be grateful for, and you live with an attitude of gratitude of every situation, of every person, of everything, both past and present, and even yet to come, you will live a much happier life. That is a guarantee, 100% guarantee. So this is why it's important to focus on gratitude and regularly remind yourself of all you have to be grateful for, whether it be in that moment, recent past, or a long time ago, and in that journey throughout your life, what you have to be grateful for. It is so important. It will have such a positive impact in your life. So I urge you to start being more grateful. I urge you to take time every single day throughout it to just stop and go, what am I grateful for? And especially when you're in times of challenge, and times when you don't feel like doing things, and times you don't feel good within yourself, and you just feel that life's getting you down, or obstacles are too big, or things are not working out your way, I want you to stop. And not neglecting the situation, and not expecting it to just go away, but in terms of energizing yourself and make yourself feel better, ask yourself what you've got to be grateful for. And even be grateful for that challenge you're experiencing, because it is an opportunity to grow. We need to start reframing things like challenge and failure and these kind of words and situations, because they are positive. It's just what we do with them is what matters. All right. And like I said, be grateful for people then as well. It's up to you. Remember, you have a choice. You've always got a choice. We have a choice always in our life in terms of how we react to things we don't control. So whether we go up, over them, underneath them, through them, around them, there's always an option. But how do you react when you're hitting challenges? And also then, the things we do control. Are you controlling them? Are you maximizing them? So I hope that little lesson has made sense to you, and is important and is beneficial in some way. I'd love to get your feedback. You know, as I've stressed from day one, bringing back the smile is literally what it says in the tin. But bring back the smile, and I want to every single week give you tips and strategies and tactics that will help to bring back your smile, because we need to now more than ever. You know, mental health is something that's massive, and all mental health is suffering in the recent times, especially. And life can be very tough, life can be very challenging, but attitude is everything. Attitude and how you react and how your brain thinks, your whole thought process. And in true bring back the smile, I want to arm you with what you need to enjoy life more and to create more happiness. And like I said at the start, bring things back very simple. Let's bring things back very simply to what do we really need. And let's be grateful for that and happy with that. And if we want to add to it, it's fine. But there's very little that we need to actually be happy. Everything else is a bonus. Whereas the flip is what's happening to most of society, in that they don't feel happy and fulfilled in any way, yet they have so much, and they keep thinking they have to strive for more and more and more. And this, pretty much unreachable level or existence that they will never reach. But that supposedly is where happiness is. And it isn't. That's societal conditioning. I want you to break free from it. Okay? So I hope this episode of Bring Back the Smile helps you in some way. I'd love to get your feedback. Send me a message with your feedback, your thoughts, your opinions, or contact Your Media TV. We're on all the different social media, and there's emails and there's websites, so you can check us out on all of them and send us messages. Make sure you check out previous episodes. Make sure you share this episode. It's important that we get your feedbacks and your ideas and your suggestions and your questions, so that we can make sure that each episode of Bring Back the Smile adds value to you, is beneficial to you, and that you are enthusiastically looking forward to each episode. I want this to be a fixture in your week where you put aside this little bit of time to watch the show and hopefully gain some benefit, and in turn pass on that benefit to other people. Because remember, like I said at the start, you can have a positive impact on others by the energy you give off and by the way you are. Okay? So remember, you can be a beacon of light to other people. I like to say a lighthouse. You can be a lighthouse to other people. And I do my best to be a lighthouse to other people, especially in dark times. I have to do it for myself. I hope in doing that, I do it for others as well. All right, so that concludes this episode of Bring Back the Smile. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your feedback. Let me know your questions. Let me know your topics and so on that you'd like to have addressed in future episodes. Let me know if you'd like to come on the show and be a guest, or if you know of others who you'd like to see as a guest. And even if you'd like to play a bit of music, tell a joke, anything like that to be on the show, anything again that will bring back the smile. That's what it's all about. It's time to live life, live it fully, and be happy. You live once, live it fully. Okay? Live in constant fear of regret. That's a statement I keep making to people all the time. Live in constant fear of regret. Be happy. Live life, live fully.